Hey Gear Seekers, I'm Nick. This video is probably going to be one of the most different build videos we've done on the channel, and for a very odd reason you might not be expecting, because the Cooler Master TD500 Mesh is actually a case that we helped develop with Cooler Master. What a I can't believe I'm saying these words. This process has been going on since March 2019. Because of how well our original TD500 video went, they basically reached out and said, hey, your video did really well. We want to hear some feedback from you and what we can do to make the TD500 a much better case. So yeah, let's find out how it came to be a little bit more, and we're gonna do a build. I'm keen. I can't believe that this case now exists. Let's do it. There's a few things to note with this, and this is like the biggest caveat right out of the gate. We did help with the design and stuff with this case. The thing is, I haven't actually had hands-on with this case in person yet. This is the first time I'm actually looking at this case. Obviously, it was just shown off at CES. We just got ours right now. And yeah, Cooler Master said I can finally talk about the development process of this case, which was, yeah, it happened probably about a year ago. Actually, no, less than a year. It started in March 2019. And as I mentioned in the intro, it was based off the fact that our TD500 content did so well, and then we could provide feedback from what people were saying based on that video. And it's insane that, once again, and I said this before, Cooler Master's listening to the community. And I'm not just saying that because we like had a hand in developing this case. It's literally feedback from you guys of stuff you wanted to see. So the first thing is that I did notice, and mind you, I haven't pulled this apart yet. I've looked at it about as much as you, that they've included ARGB fans in the front, and the front is completely mesh now. My recommendation was for them to look at cases like the Fractal Design Meshify C and how they did that mesh. And yeah, they took our advice. One thing for me personally with these type of builds that we do on the channel is if I don't have the right size power supply, I want to still be able to build in that case, even if the power supply is too long. So what they've done here, I won't take this panel off just yet, but they've made the hard drive sled cage completely removable, which I think is fantastic. And yeah, obviously there's mesh fan filters on the top and underneath, and they went with this gray color, which is really cool. I think it really accents everything on the case. And I like the little black accents with the grommets and the black accents on the back. It looks pretty good. So with all of that out of the way, and obviously I'm going to talk more about the thermals and stuff later on in the video, but with all of that said, let's do a build. I can't believe that a case that we had a hand in developing exists. It's insane. So yeah, let's do a build. So you know what time it is? You know what time it is, Claire?
Tea time.
It's not tea time, it's cinematic time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do cinematic ting.
do that?
What?
That face.
What face?
I hate it.
Why?
It's horrible.
It's good.
No.
It's peeling time.
Okay.
You ready?
No.
Why not? We're going to peel from the bottom today. What do you reckon? Well, this is sounding pretty good. Nah, I'm not peeling it.
Hey, what?
So yeah.
That's kind of not satisfying. Maybe you should peel it.
I'm kidding, of course I'm going to peel it. That was a good troll. See, now it sounds even better. Ooh. I'm not eating it. It's not happening.
Not hungry.
All right. B-roll time. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. I really liked building in it, and just like the original TD500, it's really easy to build in. Plenty of cable management space, plenty of cable tie down points. Overall, yeah, it's just basically the same as the original TD500, except for that mesh front, and that's the best part about it. Now this case obviously has a few different nuances to the original TD500 because the side panel is now TG, and it does mimic that panel pattern that they had on the acrylic panel of the original TD500. And when Cooler Master had told me that they wanted to experiment with etching the TG, I immediately had concerns about the rigidity of the glass, but it turns out that I was just overreacting because it looks like it's fine. They haven't actually etched into glass as much as I thought they would have. I mean, when you're seeing renders and stuff and like pictures and like not having it hands-on, it looks deeper than it is, but to be honest, it's almost nothing, but it looks really cool because it kind of diffuses the light in a very individual way. It looks like actual crystal, which is quite nice. But yeah, the build, I enjoyed doing this. It was good. It was kind of a more relaxed build to usual. I didn't stress out like I usually would. All right, let's talk about all the parts because everybody loves that part of the video. The motherboard is the Gigabyte X570 Aorus Master. Excellent motherboard. This is our AMD test bench setup basically, except it's in this build. The CPU is the Ryzen 7 3700X. Awesome CPU, I really like it, and we use it for all of our thermal testing, so it gives us a good baseline for all that stuff as well. The RAM is 16 gigs of Team Group Nighthawk RGB at 3200 megahertz. We've used this kit of RAM many times, and yeah, it's been pretty good. The GPU is the Aorus 5700 XT. Pretty decent GPU. It's the first time we've actually used it in a build on the channel, which is, yeah, I was just waiting for the right time, so yeah, obviously today was the right time. All of the fans are the Cooler Master ARGB fans. They're all connected up to a Cooler Master mini controller, not the full-size controller, and everything's configured in Master Plus and RGB Fusion. I also added just a couple other random ARGB strips around just to fill in the lighting a little bit more, and one of the Cooler Master light bars up the front as well. All of the cables are Cooler Master black and white paracord cable extensions. To cool the CPU, we use the Cooler Master ML360R. It's a pretty decent cooler. We've used it in many builds for a very long time, and yeah, we've never had any problems with it. Now, there's going to be questions about that GPU support bracket. You cannot buy it separately. This is the Aorus one that comes with the 2080 Ti, and I just keep it on hand in case I have an Aorus GPU that I want to add a little bit of support to. So yeah, you cannot buy that separately. I just wanted to let you down easily so you don't get disappointed. The power supply is the Cooler Master MasterWatt 750 Gold. It's a fully modular power supply. It's one of the ones that they released at Computex 2019. So yeah, it's a pretty decent power supply. It's one of the first times we've used it. We've had it sitting here for a while, and obviously I had to wait for the right opportunity to use it. I'm really quite happy with how this turned out aesthetically. Those front fans with this new mesh front look pretty awesome. I really like them, and I'm not just saying that because, like, obviously we helped develop this case, but yeah, it is actually quite a big step up from the original TD500. Now, I liked the original TD500. I thought it was a good case. Obviously, it was for a lower end spec case where, you know, you wouldn't have parts that run super hot because it was a closed front panel, but now we don't have that problem. And as you're about to see in the thermal testing, it's pretty it's pretty good. It's pretty up there, and we gave this a good run in IDA 64, and yeah, you're gonna find out with all those benchmarks, and yeah, let's do that now. Yeah, I told you the thermals are good. Even with the panels on and off, the temperature isn't much different. It's within a margin of error. And to be honest, I know when other reviewers get around to doing this case, they're probably going to disagree with me because, you know, that's my burden, I guess. No one ever agrees with anything I say on the internet. Okay, anyway, if you're interested in any of the parts in this build, there's a PC part picker list down below in the description, and you can see everything that we used. I'll try and put as much as possible on there. Obviously, I can't add every single part, and if you like the music, I make all the music. Yes, I make the music. You can grab it on our Patreon, and soon you'll be able to grab it on our FLOATPLANE as well. Is that it, Claire?
Yeah.
Are we done for the day?
No, not even close.
Not even close. If you like this video, please like and subscribe or hit the join button or consider joining us on FLOATPLANE. If you didn't like this video, you know what to do. Tell us what you hated about it. Once again, thank you so very much for watching. I'm your boy Nick with Gear Seekers. You peek, we seek. And yeah, it's actually incredible to finally have something that we invested a bit of time in helping Cooler Master come up with ideas and help them kind of see what the regular consumer would want. Because I think it's quite hard from the perspective of a case vendor, because sometimes they just have timelines and deadlines and stuff, but when they stop and take time to ask the right questions, we can help them make the right case. Thanks for watching.